Hi Scrappers, this is Alice Funk and I'm going to show you this fun tree idea using paper. So let me highlight my desktop here and that way you can see this is the tree that we're going to be making. You can make it without the backing where you're just putting it on paper like this one. And I did it in all different colors here, but this is using the seasonal sightings papers. And here it is without a backing to it. And here it is using a silver backing. So I am going to quick show you this fun idea. You're going to need a piece of paper, a decorative paper that is 6 inches by 8 inches. And then if you want to do the backing, I'm going to use gold on this one. The backing, you need it to be 7 inches by 9 inches. So you're going to take your 6 by 8 piece of paper and on the 6-inch side, you're going to mark off where the 3-inch spot is. So there's my 3-inch spot. I just put a little whisper line right on the top so I can see it. Now I'm going to put that 3-inch mark on my cutting line on the trimmer and I'm going to tilt it over so it's going to cut down to the opposite corner. So my cutting line goes from the 3-inch mark down to the opposite corner, and then I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to put the 3-inch mark on my cutting line, tilt it so that the opposite corner is on my cutting line, and cut. So I have a nice triangle shape for my tree. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my gold piece of paper. And my gold piece of paper, the shorter side is 7 inches wide. So I'm going to mark it at 3.5 inches. And I'm going to do the same thing. I am going to put that mark on my cutting line, tilt it so it goes down to the opposite corner and cut. And then I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to keep that 3-inch mark on my cutting line, tilt it so I'm cutting the opposite corner. And I'm just setting up my triangles to be perfect. So I have my triangle for the backing. These are just for another page. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my decorative triangle and I'm going to cut it using my large oval template and my red blade. So I'm going to put my red blade on and I'm just going to get my sample so you can see the idea of where the cuts are going to go. So I want to put the bottom edge of my tree on one of the grid lines on my mat so it stays parallel. This is going to help me set it up onto my paper later and onto this backing. I'm going to take, we're going to do it a little opposite than this one. I'm going to take my oval blade and I am going to cut just across, putting my oval on a diagonal. Hold my paper in place and just cut. Then I'm going to turn my diagonal. You can see I cut it apart. Mat must be sticky. So I'm going to move it out. You can see now I have a space between. Now I'm going to take my oval and instead of going this way, I'm going to turn it this way. So it just is angled a little bit different. Again, take my red blade and cut through that paper. Then I'm going to turn keeping this on the parallel line on my grid. I'm going to turn my oval the other way, just so it goes kind of back and forth. So it looks like my garland is going back and forth. And then the last one, I'm going to just take, and I don't want to cut through that bottom piece because I want that to be level across my tray. I'm just going to do one more cut this way. That came apart. And then all you're going to do is tape them onto the backing. So I'm just going to flip over the bottom and start with that one. And I am going to put that across my bottom, leaving about a 1/4 inch of border around the edge. I'm going to tape the next piece in line. And again, I'm going to leave about that 1/4 inch of gap in between my next piece, putting it back together, taping it down onto the mat or onto the backing that we came up with. Remember, leaving about a 1/4 inch apart. Then the next one. And again, leaving that 1/4 inch on the side, leaving about a 1/4 inch in between. Oh, it's getting a little closer together here. And then this is the top of my tree. I'm going to move that down. I'm going to retape it down, just making it a little closer to the edges because I see I gave it a little too much room. Going down this way. So working from the top down is a little bit better. You can see it better. And then bring this one down. And there is my tree with the cutouts, so you can see the backing made the garland. Straight. And how pretty is that? Now you just take one of your pieces of paper. This also is from the seasonal sightings paper pack. I can put that down and then put my tree on it to have my pretty embellishment on the corner of my page. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it.